Hello everybody, welcome to Bass and Bonsai. That's how you do it. Mwah. Exactly how we do it. Hello everyone, welcome to Bass and Bonsai. Today I'm going to be comparing these two combos. Not really which one's the best, but just some of the similarities and some of the differences when you get with longer rods, a little stouter rods, bigger reels, but lightweight spools for BFS. It's sort of in my you know, WTF about BFS. But what we're trying to do is what I'm trying to do is explain. I get people, they're asking me on this channel, on the fishing sites I'm on, people are always asking. It seems like there's a big confusion with BFS, or the term BFS, and what it is and what it takes and why you use it. So I think it's real simple, but I was using small, lighter weight, shallower spools before the term BFS really popped up. And I didn't use it for, little trout and the smallest little lures. I just I didn't want spinning gear. I wanted something I could throw the bait you would normally throw with spinning gear. So that's where the shallow and lightweight spools and that stuff come in. So let's jump into what you have to have. The criteria to be BFS is what seems to be popping up. On the rod, you just need to have either pretty light or ultralight rods. And a lot of times you can actually use the spinning blanks, and some guys do, to make custom rods, or that's what all companies really have to do to make you a bait casting BFS rod. Would be they make several blanks that are perfect with spinning gear, and they would be the same with bait casting. You just the eyes are on the opposite side, and you put a handle that's compatible with these, and it's not like there's new technology needed for BFS. Now that's on the rod. On the spool and the bait casting side of things, there has come a long way in order to get that lightweight bait started. You have the inertia, the startup, and the more weight you have here in the spool, even the bearings and the magnetic braking system, or centrifugal, the drag brake, the part that actually drags, if it's set up like that, that all plays a part. But that shallow lightweight spool and not a ton of line is the key, because when this thing takes off, and like I just said, well, I can throw a 16th ounce or 2 grams, 1 gram bait, but unless you have a light enough spool, that once that bait gets to moving, it slows down quicker. The lighter weights will slow down quicker. And so if you have the startup speed, got this bigger, heavier spool going, then it overruns. And that's why you need that lightweight stuff. So they make, you just saw a reel there, the Aldebaran BFS XG, this 2016 model. So luckily for us, everybody and their brother nowadays seems to be making either a BFS reel or a shallow lightweight spool. That you've probably heard of DIY Ray Studio, all the stuff like that. So you can almost virtually, they ask, well, what reels are compatible or BFS reels? Almost any reel could be nowadays, because of that, the fact they make that shallow lightweight spool. Aftermarket companies like this right here, Metanium MGL, it's necessarily, it's not a BFS reel, but after you get the KTF shallow lightweight BFS spool, guess what, it's a BFS reel now. And if you have the stock one, you could go back and forth, put it back in your regular stuff. And this is roughly what I'd call on the top end of the high stuff on the rods. It's kuying teton, 6'6", just a one piece, so it's a 661L, and it's rated, it says 2 to 10 grams, 8 to 14 pound line. But this rod, I'm going to try to show you guys real quick. Will throw, it's not the best first choice, but I can take a 16th ounce crappie jig, that's what we have here, And I can throw it out in the water. It doesn't backlash. I've got the brake set. We hit, I don't even know how far that is. 40 feet, maybe. I mean, if I was out in the boat crappie fishing, there's probably 50 feet. I don't have a ton of line on it. So I'm just trying to show you guys real quick the difference between light and ultralight. This, you know, you'll still get a good fight with the fish, and it's a light. But for 16-ounce crappie jigs, although it'll throw them, the more suitable one for me anyway, for the light end. So I would fish stuff that I would normally fish, you know, maybe on the higher end. Just like it says, you can start out with 2 grams, but I have this kuying teton 6'3" ultralight for that lightweight stuff, like this crappie jig. It just throws it a tad further, a little more, with a little more ease. And so then that there, I would say I would start with like a probably 1/4 ounce baits would work awesome with that there. And although I'm not getting, it's only getting like a foot or so, you know, 5 foot maybe at the most, more distance. It's just how much easier it kind of tosses it, and how much more accuracy you can get with the cast. But if you insist on a, you know, overall stouter feel, that one would be your best bet. So anyway, I hope this video helped somewhat, didn't just confuse you more, which is a possibility. It happens to me all the time. You get more confused. As you get into something, you're like, this is just more confusing, until you figure it out. It's real simple. For you guys that are like me, just, you know, bass fishermen here, whether you're bass fishermen, whether you're here in the States, you're overseas, wherever you're at, you just, you know, fish for largemouth bass, and you don't like spinning gear, that's where BFS comes in, really comes in handy and into play. If you're the true BFS, what the term was, you know, started for and with, the guys that, you know, say you're in small streams, you're going to want those 5'3", 5'6", maybe even 4'6", and they're like super ultralight, and you're throwing the smallest of baits into little tight areas for small little stream trout, different stuff like that. Or there's little creeks and streams around here, you could use that same, you know, be it true BFS ultralight stuff, and get in tight in areas and catch, you know, there's little like chub and different things running around in some of our little streams that people don't tend to fish for, because there's no real, you know, small enough gear until nowadays, last 15-20 years, you could get out there and get them. Now you could find open enough area, you could get like a little fly rod, you've probably seen guys doing that, and throw the smallest of baits to them. But this is kind of what you can do with BFS. Anyway, hopefully some of this, any of it, part of it, helped you guys. So you guys want to do a shootout video? Buckle up and hang on. This video's over, but look forward to a shootout video. See you later.
Exactly how we do it.
Big largemouth bass. Let's see if it'll jump. That is a beauty.
We're gonna jump.
Yeah! Woo!
The taste of success.
But really.